All right, friends. Hi. I don't even know how to start this video. It's been a very long time. I first want to say thank you so much to everyone who has reached out to me, who has gave me like words of encouragement, who has blessed me with so many verses and just so much encouragement of just like God is still here with me. For those who don't know what's going on, like one of my very close friends passed recently, and I won't say I'm okay now, but I know I will be. It's just coming to God and just giving it to him right now. It's been really hard in terms of just knowing how to operate and just how to move. I've never been through this before, especially like grief or whatever, and knowing how to go through that. And that's been really hard. The enemy has really been trying your boy, and it's been a struggle, and it's just been hard. But I really do appreciate everyone who reached out. If I haven't been able to get back to you, I'm sorry. That's another thing I've been struggling with. Like, I haven't been good with like wanting to speak to anyone really, or trying to speak to anyone. I don't know. I'm struggling with that. I'm struggling with just like creativity and just wanting to create, having that motivation, and even like struggling to come and talk to God about the things that I'm going through. The only reason why I'm here making this video is because I had to understand that despite my feelings, despite the things I've been going through, I do have to go to him, because at the end of the day, there's no one else that can really feel for me as like being in the same position, if that makes sense. Like, God understands everything I'm going through. Very easy for me to think that he doesn't, or it's very easy for me to think that he's the reason, or making stuff up in my head that could be detrimental towards me. I don't want to spiel about that because, you know, like, it's not what this is about, but it is something I had to go through a lot recently. Still going through it, but I thank God for community. I thank God for him for just like blessing me with people around me to continue to point me to him instead of trying to point me to myself. One thing that I was doing for sure was, I guess, serving my feelings. I still am struggling with it now to just do what I want to do, or do how I feel is right, because that's all people were telling me, like, oh, you don't worry, you don't have to do X, Y, and Z. Like, listen, you grieve how you grieve and stuff, and which is very much so true. But I also felt like it could be unhealthy if I just take that and don't bring it to God as well, you know? Like, I can feel how I feel, but if I'm not doing it in alignment with God, then I'm serving my flesh at that point, you know? And that can turn into some bad stuff. Yeah, the enemy been trying to get in my head too, telling me I'm not qualified to speak to y'all anymore because I haven't been the best spiritually or mentally. It's like a bunch of lies that the enemy was really trying to get me to believe, and I was believing it at one point, but I understood that this is bigger than me. Like, this life, yes, despite how I'm feeling, there's still like a purpose that God has for me at the end of the day. And I do not want to not say yes to God because of how I'm feeling. Because at the end of the day, my life is more than my own, you know? It's not even my life at the end of the day.
Bueno, continue.
What important? Yeah. Yeah, he's just up and left me.
Oh God, I was like, if your grace for my life isn't there, I'm not going.
Ooh. Today's video is about leaving it all at the feet of God. I'm always trying to be in control of every outcome. That's what someone said. Wow. I guess this is very much so in alignment with what I've been going through. Leaving it at the feet of God. We've kind of talked about it in a past video. I think leaving it at God's feet is probably one of the hardest things we can do, solely because it requires us to let go of control that we constantly crave, right? When we aren't in control, it feels like we don't have the ability to control what's going to happen to us. That can lead into uncertainty, and uncertainty leads into anxiety into stress, right? And it sucks really, because like, we want to figure everything out. We want to make sure things work out. But when they don't, or where we don't have the ability to like control that, it makes us feel out of control. And I don't know about you guys, but that feeling, it kind of sucks. It's like, dog, I don't even know what to do right now. But there's so much on my plate, I feel like I need to do something. The good thing about that, but it's hard to really believe, is the fact that God tells us that he has control over everything. If you don't know what the word sovereign means or sovereignty means, it's really explaining how God has control over all, as well as the word providence. Let's go over those two definitions because I feel like those really hit. Sovereignty, supreme power or authority. The word sovereign means a person who has supreme power or authority, solely meaning that God himself, the creator of everything, the creator of you, me, the whole universe, he has supreme power over everything that goes on. So all the little things that you think are coincidences or whatever, no, God, he orchestrates it all. And then providence, this word, when I found out the definition, it's really just a promise of who God is. It says the protective care of God, or of nature as a spiritual power. The first part, the protective care of God. It's essentially saying that because of who we trust in, because of who we seek and who we look to, we're in his care. Meaning that despite what happens in our lives, despite the situations that we go through, he solely has control and he will keep us safe. But in our eyes, it may not feel like it. It'll feel like, yo, why is this happening to me? And that's something that I constantly was feeling throughout this time. I was feeling, there's no way, God. There's no reason for this to even happen. Like when I found out how like my man's passed, I was like, why would you let this happen? Right? And there's a thing with that we want to try to figure everything out. We want to try to have an explanation to everything. I wanted to have an explanation for what's going on, and I couldn't find one. It didn't make sense. And one thing I had to learn is that we cannot make sense of God.
Be light. You have to be light, bro. Thank you. That's 7.
The left-handed. He's bringing out something new, y'all. Come on. I'll take a bogey. Hey, bro, don't look at me like that. I'll take it. I'll take it.
It says it in Isaiah, I think like 53 or 55, how his thoughts are higher than our thoughts. Is that Isaiah 55? Or our way of thinking cannot even fathom the way that God thinks. We don't know why he does what he does, but we have to have the faith to believe in him, knowing that he will keep us safe, knowing that everything that he does is for a reason, good reason. The thing is, Romans 8, like 32 maybe, or 18, this isn't Roman, about how God does everything for the good of those who loves him. Romans 8:28. All right, so the thing about that verse is that everything works for the good of those who love him. And we already know that if we love God, we're going to follow his commandments like he tells us in John. I think that's the hard part, where we need to understand that by loving him, we are trusting in the fact that despite what's going on in our lives, despite what our situation looks like in the current moment, he's still doing it for our good.
I had the camera on. That was an office moment.
This looks so good.
Like, someone get this? No way.
You know, I'm push, some might say.
Roll up your sleeves.
It's not push. Yeah, I know. Like, I got mans from up there, got mans from down there. You feel me? It's like a code switch, you know?
I feel it.
Basically, like,
Bro, continue with your conversation.
Yo, get this nigga on the front here.
So what are you doing? I don't know. Is it a picture or is it a video?
It's a video.
That you will take a picture. Okay.
Anna, get
Anna, what are you doing?
Anna.
Put the shades on.
Go in the back, fam. Right here.
Why are you trying to, yo, go why are you trying to hide?
She said,
I think at that point, it's really trying to seek him and understand what he's trying to teach us or what we're supposed to learn in the situation that we're in. I think that's super hard though, because we're going through it. Like, how can you tell me during a time that I'm losing someone who I held dearly in my heart, that there's a reason for this? There's something I need to learn from this, a lesson. That sounds like crazy at the end of the day. I then had to understand that it's more than me. There's things that this situation or this tragic event really leads into. Like, in that time, I wouldn't be able to speak to you guys about what I speak about now. I wouldn't be able to have empathy towards those who lose people now. Recently, I just had another person lose someone, and I was actually able to feel and comfort them in a new way like never before, because I've been going through the same. And I know it's very hard to look at things like that, because it's like, no, I'm hurting. I'm the one going through this right now. Whether it's death, whether it's financial problems, whether it's relational problems, things that we go through, they're able to give us the ability to sympathize and empathize with people in a way like never before. It's the things that we go through. As we get through them, we're able to use it as a testimony, and we're able to share with other people to help uplift them, right? It's the bigger picture at the end of the day, but our minds aren't usually looking to the bigger picture. We're always looking in the now, which makes sense. But at the end of the day, God is not a God of just now. He's a God of the past, future, and present. So everything that may be happening now in your life that seems like it has no meaning or it doesn't make sense, but it's the faith that we need to have so we can look to that and look to him during that time. So we're not just, I guess, what's the word? Sulking in our pain. Yes. Because obviously we have to grieve. Obviously we have to feel what we're going through, but at the same time, it's like, we're not stuck there. That's not our end goal of just feeling how we feel.
Not bad.
Not bad.
It's alright. It's alright. I mean, I don't know. She's a little ghetto, but you know.
Let me hear your best American accent.
This spot is so cute.
I was asking him.
Oh, you were asking about him?
Yeah.
Hey, bro.
I found him. He's like,
Hey, bro. Hey, how are you?
I think leaving things or certain situations or people at God's feet requires us to have a level of trust and faith that requires you to do nothing. Like, hear me out. To leave something at God's feet is to understand that I have no more control in this situation. There's no amount of thinking, there's no amount of action I can do anymore to change the situation. And I have to trust in the fact that my God is sovereign over everything and that he has providence over my life, so whatever happens next is in his hand. One thing that comes with anxiety and stress is us trying to think of so many different scenarios, or us trying to foresee everything that can happen, when us leaving it at the feet of Jesus is literally saying, all right, God, I don't know what to do next. I don't know how to make this better, but I'm gonna trust the fact that you do. So I'm gonna leave it at your feet, meaning I'm washing my hands of it. There's no more I can do here, so I'm gonna let you have your way. And I'm not gonna interfere with you having your way by still thinking or stressing or letting that hold a place in my mind. One thing that I had to, I guess, leave at the feet of Jesus was multiple things actually. It was like my car and my crib, right? My lease is coming up, and also my car. I know I don't want this car forever. So those are things that'll like just have a space in my head. And I will sit there scrolling on apartments.com, scrolling on Carfax or carguru.com, stressing, looking for, oh man, I gotta find an apartment, I gotta find a crib, when that's not in my control. At the end of the day, it's literally like 2-3 months away, and the stipulations behind my moving or getting a new car are all depending on things that need to happen first that are out of my control. So that means that I have to leave those things at his feet because I have no control over it. But if I don't understand that it's like it's not in my control, I will continue to think, I will continue to search and waste so much time on doing things that I have no control over when I can be doing things that'll help me in my current situation, if that makes sense.
Yo, look at this, bruh. He's like in the sky.
No, I like it a lot.
Hold on, let's get a profile.
Because against that white building, it stands out.
Like a laser. In this world for the stars, you can call me Darth Vader. Spitting something so pure, I'm never coming corrupt. You know I got the Midas touch when it comes to lyricism. Like Ron Kim said, I just let the rhythm hit him.
It's a wrap. This is cozy. I thought it was like a living room. Wow.
So for example, like my current situation, I am awaiting a big decision right now. The decision is out of my hands, right? And this is true. But I'm awaiting a big decision that's out of my hands. And all I can think about are the things that need to be done or the things that I potentially need to take action on, right? At the end of the day, I'm still waiting on that decision to be made. That decision is out of my hands completely. So me being still, and I love that verse, hold on. Psalms 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. I think being still is not saying you just don't sit there and do nothing. In my current situation, I must steward everything that I have in my current control well. So I may not know where I'm gonna be in the next month or next 2 months right now. But what I can do right now is be still and trust in God and know that he's my God. He's the one that's sovereign over my whole situation, but still steward my money well, steward the things that are on my plate right now well, steward my discipline. Like those are the things that are in my control and will probably help me in my next season. But if I'm not doing that and I'm worried about things that are far ahead that I have no control over, I'm wasting my energy on things that don't matter. That's something I needed to hear. I needed to hear that bad, I'm not gonna lie. What was that?
Like that. Yo.
Well, I was starting and I was like, see you guys.
Oh, yeah. I know.
You were mixed. I love that for praise.
Nice to meet you.
I can't snap on this hand.
Yeah.
So I've never been.
Yeah.
I think control is such a touchy subject because we always want it, you know? I think all I've been realizing nowadays is that I am not in control, like not one bit. At any moment, things can happen. That's why like the Bible says tomorrow is genuinely not promised. Like we cannot make plans for tomorrow when we haven't even got through today. And we literally have to seek to serve him right now and honor him with our lives and honor him with the things that we do today. And don't worry about tomorrow because tomorrow has its own problems, you know? Matthew 6:34. And that's why like that, oh my gosh, that's so fire. Matthew 6:33 is literally the verse that she has on her thing right now. You know, it tells us to seek for the kingdom of God first, right? And then the next verse says, so don't worry about tomorrow's problems. But if you keep reading that whole chapter for real, he's like, Jesus is essentially saying like, dude, don't worry about the clothes on your back or the food that you're gonna eat. Like, if the birds have food, why wouldn't you? Like, if he clothes the lilies with like in such a beautiful way, why wouldn't he clothe you in such a beautiful way? It literally goes into truly trusting God in a way like never before. I think we need, like, that's why childlike faith is so important, bro. Childlike faith is understanding. As kids, we just believe what we told and we just do as we told, right? And that's what he's saying that we need to move like, because we're children of God at the end of the day. So if we have childlike faith with God, the same faith that we have with our parents when they tell us we're gonna go buy this or we're gonna get this for food or whatever, we need to have that in the same way so we can move with him like he's our father. If we move with him like he's our father, Anything he tells us in his word, the promises that he says that he has, the promises that he's already done in people's lives, if we believe that for ourselves, there's nothing we're going to go through now that'll steer us off from the fact that God is still in control. Jesus, oh my goodness, you're good. Yes, sir.
No, you did not.
You got a chicken cheesesteak as your first cheesesteak?
No, that's a cheesesteak. This is chicken.
Why did you say that?
I saw CH.
That's cheese. Chicken.
Oh, wait, are you serious?
Yeah.
Why would they do that?
In West Philadelphia.
Okay, all right, all right.
Where I spend most of my days.
Yeah, here it is.
First impression.
First bite.
Is it good? Is it actually good? I know that guy. Can I get your autograph? Hey, how you doing, man?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm good. Can I have a cheesesteak with American cheese?
Ketchup, mayo, onion,
No mayo.
no mayo,
And
ketchup,
green peppers?
onion, and green pepper.
Yes.
Salt and pepper on the meat.
Yes, please.
Okay. Anything
And
else?
barbecue sauce and ketchup?
Barbecue
Well,
sauce?
barbecue sauce.
Oh,
light.
we have ketchup.
Yeah,
only.
yeah. Light barbecue sauce. It's so hard. And I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Like I find out my man's past and all I'm thinking is, God, why? But I'm so thankful that I didn't fall into the place of like, God, this is all your fault. It was more like, God, I don't want to be hurting right now. I don't want this to be true. And that's another reason of just like why we need to be seeking Christ and moving with the Great Commission, which because it's like, I don't even want to have to think about where my friends go or where my family goes. I want to know and have that faith that no, they knew God and God knew them. Both things, not just one.
That boy's better turn up, bro. Yeah. I'm wavy on.
You're still tied.
It was like, we would never be able to keep it. Always restaurants, like,
We're going to Queens Plaza?
No, we're gonna get off of 49th Street. Leaving things at Christ's feet is probably one of the hardest things we can do, but it is one of the best things we can do. He tells us to come to him, those who are weary and are heavy laden, the ones who have so much stuff on their plate, the ones who have so much stuff on their back that they're carrying. He says to bring it to him so he can give us rest, right? So our souls can find rest, so we can have peace in him. But at the end of the day, it's truly saying like, God, okay, I'm gonna leave it with you. I'm gonna move with you in this situation and just trust the fact that you are going to have your way. Despite how I feel in the moment, despite how things may look in the moment, it's just leaving it at his feet and being still. Being still doesn't mean not doing anything. It just means that we're taking care of the things that are on our plate right now. For stewarding our finances well, for stewarding our emotional health well, our mental health, our relationships. Those are the things that we do have control over. But if we're so worried about the things that we don't, we're gonna start to slack on the things that we do. It all leads back to Jesus at the end of the day. It takes truly learning to love God and know the promises that he has already set out for you and believing those promises. It's real easy to read something, but it's hard to believe something when it doesn't seem true in your current situation. But that's where our faith comes in, and prayer for our faith. That's what Jesus did, and he still does. He prayed for Peter so his faith didn't fail, right? And he still prays for us so we don't fail. And it's truly on us to continue to seek God. And in those times, he'll teach us how to move. It's so hard, but we thank you, Father. We thank you, Lord, because you truly do have our best interests at heart. We just got to step out of our own way. Just let him rock out.
Oh yeah! Who is this? Y'all are not good. Double team, get up. Hey. Hey man, that was lit. I ain't gonna lie. That was funny as mug. I'm happy. Shout out God because he gave me confidence in that last game. No cap. No cap. Yeah. Come on, man. Come on, man. What you talking about? Shout out to guys, for real. Shout out to God. No cap. God did. God did. Come on, baby.
No, bro, I'm about to have an end credit
Yes,
scene
it
in my
could.
video. Bro.
I'm telling you, this could be the
Bro,
style.
put the joint in, bro.
Doing like a little.
This is the end credit scene, bro.
Yeah.
Get on the move, block my shot. I feel like they could guard me, and that's the thing.
Let me fix you up.
Yo, ow!
Sorry.
There's no way.
It's lopsided. No, cause like that could eat. That could really eat. Like with the.
I'm
and
gonna
then flicking
cry.
this up, bro. Then you
I'm
like a little
gonna
twist out right
cry.
here.
What is this?
Bro, that
What
would eat.
is
That would
this?
eat. You're not telling me that's not fire. This is so cute. You have to see the vision.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna catch
You have
up.
to see the